kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. First play and a first pass for Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
One for one, a lot more to go. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense, because to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
Second down, another shot for Jones. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And some space here. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position. And that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Rodgers now to throw. And it's a Packers touchdown. Allen Lazard from 6 yards away. And the Packers are on the board here first in the season opener. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Vikings nothing. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Take over 1st down 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing, Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now 14-0.
Packers 14, Vikings nothing. Mason Crosby to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Back to it after the pick six. Cousins. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener, and they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all three of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in week 3 and then Chicago in week 5.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
I have to admit I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They run again on first down. Cook.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings, nothing.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Cook again. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Cousins now. And complete, right side to Cook.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest at first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
To Justin Jefferson. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Packers' 27-yard line.
Four yards remain for 2nd down.
Cousins. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. 30. into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick six to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders, it's not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick six. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And a third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Quay Walker.
And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. So how about that? You draft him in the first round back in April, hoping he'll make some plays for you. And now look at this. Instant dividends. A pick six in his very first NFL game.
Put that ball on the mantle at home, young man.
Crosby with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Packers 28, Vikings nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough pass.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row. We're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they broke it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Cousins.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 4th down, Cousins.
Open man, it's Rager. He's got it.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10.
Easy.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Nixon now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Rodgers.
Got his man. It's Bo Melton.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Heineke now from the 50.
That is caught by Thielen. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They go play action. Cousins.
Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches.
Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Man open, here is Jones. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. Finding room at midfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
On the counter, here's Jones. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Caught by Jones. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Vikings 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Nwogu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, is try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, we're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At their
Throwing is Cousins.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 37. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Cousins now to throw on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them.
There he goes, right side. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Allen Lazard, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Packers 49, Vikings 17. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This take it in at the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple of yards shy of the 30.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
We'll see if the offense is up for that shot.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
No gain on the play. It's third down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, You can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Off the play fake, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Heineke on 1st down. He'll fire it deep for Rager.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. In his own end zone, it's Rodgers.
He finds his receiver, Watson.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11, and it's 3rd down.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Able to find Lazard.
And he is going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers.
Catch made by Watson on the out route.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
Up the middle, Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better than a partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43.
And the Packer first down.
Rodgers looking to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being tucked on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Got a man, it's Tunyon.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here.